Hi, I'm Susan McCullen, intuitive astrologer, and we're going to focus today on Pluto in Aquarius, getting transited bing bang boom, first by Mercury, then by Mars, then by Venus, and what this means for us, because it's really unusual and it's really big. I did a short on this a couple days ago, and then I thought, this needs more. This is so important, and I bet people are really feeling this. So I wanted to share some perspective on this. So the personal planets are Mercury, Mars, and Venus. Also our sun and moon. They're not technically planets, but we're not going to split hairs here. So these energies give us a sense of self, who we are. And then the outer planets are more about influences that affect us and that affect the collective. They're more slow moving, and so their effect is longer. So when these three personal planets are hitting up with Pluto, it's a deep dive. Pluto doesn't do things lightly. Pluto is about going deep to get the truth and bringing up to the surface everything that needs to leave, that is just no longer appropriate, just doesn't fit. It's not true. It's not in integrity. We've seen Pluto doing a lot of work on the planet in the collective for the last few decades. But Pluto's not necessarily real easy or real fun. So as these things are coming up, we can take a lighter approach. We can reframe this. And to illustrate that, I want to talk about a really triggering event that I experienced last weekend. I was out to lunch with some friends, and I subscribe to the Chinese medicine Ayurvedic principle of not putting cold into a body in winter. You feed it warm foods to nurture the fire within. And I wanted some warm water. So I asked the waitress to give me a glass of water that was just tap water, room temperature, and then topped off with some boiling water like she would use for making tea for someone. And she looked at me like I had grown horns, and everybody at the table laughed. And instead of just blowing it off and thinking, well, I like what I like, this is not a big ask, I got really triggered. I could feel my eyes get big, and I turned to my dear friend who loves me and said, I don't make fun of you. So I took this as attack. And it was really a small thing, but the trigger for me was very big. And then I realized, oh, here we go again. It's Pluto getting transited by these personal planets, bringing up things that somehow we took in and thought were our truth, were true about us. Like for me, I'm not enough, I'm not a good person, I'm picky, I'm demanding. Any of these things that I integrated that aren't the truth about me. So as Pluto brings these big things up, we are encouraged to not wallow around in it, to not be like a dog that's found a dead animal that it wants to roll in, to not be a victim, to not make it more than it is, but see that we are actually being given a gift wrapped in a kind of a strange way, but the gift is to let it go. This is not me. I'm not an undeserving person. I'm not a picky person, and it's okay to want what you want. And that's true for all of us. So when these things come up, we can just blow it away and say, there goes another one. Because I tell you, my friend, that there's probably going to be more. And even though that so it's Mercury on February 5th, and it's Mars conjuncting Pluto on the 13th, and it's Venus on the 17th. So even though those are over pretty quickly in the near future, we will be feeling the ramifications, the echoes of that. And I encourage you to say, hey, hallelujah, I did not need that. There's a wonderful teacher, Jim Self, with Mastering Alchemy. You can find him on masteringalchemy.com or on YouTube. And he talks about a backpack that we're carrying. And in this heavy, cumbersome, bulky backpack are all these old beliefs, energies we integrated that weren't ours, that aren't the truth. And this is a time of just, we're just letting that stuff go. You can't take your baggage with you. And so as we are rising up to higher vibrations, to more light and love, we need to lighten up. So take this as an opportunity to let it go and make space to be more you. Because you are who we want in the world. You and your authentic self are who we need to express in the world now. You are needed and wanted just the way you are. Come as you are. And my friends, if you would like a reading with me, that would be my greatest joy. I promise you, we will find beautiful things in your natal chart, and we can look at transits, what's going on that affects you personally. So SusanMcCullen.com, or leave a message in the comments. Also, if you would like to like and subscribe, that would be beautiful. So until next time, blessings.